Me again. Hi guys. I wanted to tell you a little bit about general aspects of my dreams. One of the things that always happens if I think inside the dream, I might be dreaming. It helps if I go to a window or a door, or if I'm outside, if I take my focus off whatever it's on and I look to the horizon, because there will be tornadoes. Lots and lots of them. The tornado dreams started back when I lived in Roebling, New Jersey, when it was just the kids and I. And it was right before I sent them to live with their dad. This is pissing me off. And I was really nervous about sending them to live with their dad. And even after I sent them to live with their dad, I wasn't sure that I'd made the right decision. I knew at the time that I did it because it wasn't safe. Ayla had gotten beaten up in school, and Krista was always getting in trouble for dumb little stuff. And I just didn't know if it was the best environment, and some of the neighborhood kids were kind of hoodlumish, and I loved the town, but I just felt like we had gotten to a point where it wasn't safe. So I sent them to live with their dad. And afterward, I had a dream. Now this dream was very clear. Everything was very defined. Nothing morphed into anything else. It was what it was. And the first thing that it had was a house. And the house was an average house. And there was nothing special about the house. Had a kitchen, a dining room, a living room, bedrooms, bathroom. It was a house. And it was single story like a cottage. And it was on the shoreline of a cliff. And the ocean, there was no sandy beach. There was no place to go play. It was just house, cliff, water. And over the water was sun. Lots and lots of sun. The kind of sun that peeks through the clouds and rays down. So when you say it, you go, ah, that's God. You know, and you can see it, and you're like, oh, I know there is a God, because you can see the way the sunlight streams down from above and comes down onto you, and you're like, ah, there is a God. And the house was bathed in light, and outside the house was beautiful green grass, perfect grass that I've never had in my life, and usually see on someone else's lawn, but never mine. But in this dream, it was mine. And there was a cute little swing set, just a standard swing set. Little swings, the little seahorse that goes back and forth, maybe the little riding carriage, and then some individual swings. And my kids are outside swinging and having a great time out in the yard. But in the distance, on the other side of the house, on the other side of the road, there's a road. And there's other houses. You can see other houses, but mine is the only one that's in the light. The only one. And in the distance, you start to see these tornadoes. And not just one tornado, but like 12. I mean, more than 10. Not just 2 or 3, but dozens of tornadoes. And as far back as you could see, there would be new ones spawning up. And then of course, as they got closer, they got bigger. And as they got bigger, it got darker there, and only made the light that I was in seem oh so much more bright. It was such a contrast between like light and dark. And I remember going outside and feeling imminent danger, that as I went outside and I saw the children, you could feel the wind, like almost like kissing your face. Not really, it didn't really grab you and try to pull you or anything like that, but it was like the edge of it. It was almost like fingers just brushing you. So you weren't really in the tornado, and the tornado wasn't necessarily here, but you could feel the effects of the closest one as it came towards you was just starting to brush against you. So I ran outside and I sensed imminent danger for the children. And so I remember grabbing each child one at a time and throwing them in the house. No, I don't think it was that way. I think they were in the house. That's what it was. They were in the house with me. And I was afraid the house was going to get blown apart. And the sun was no longer shining on the house. Now the sun was shining only on the swing set. That's what it was. The swing set was safe because it was the only thing that was still bathed in that perfect beam of light. All around, all the other houses, my house, the roadway, the tornadoes, everything was dark except where the swing set was. So I grabbed the children one at a time and I threw them outside into the light. And after the third child was thrown out into the light, I deemed him safe and woke up. And ever since then, tornadoes have been a big part of my dreams. So if you're ever with me and we see a tornado and I go, oh, it's okay, I'm just dreaming, I really might believe that. So welcome to my world.